Welcome back, everybody. This is the RSN Zone right here on the Region Sports Network from the Athletic Performance Factory. Michael Brender, Matt Skura alongside, and special guest. He is mic'd up because I recommended it because he makes so many comments over there anyway. Is Justin Cole, so he's mic'd up. We can actually probably put him on camera. He probably won't do that for himself because he's the one running the production. Let's see, can we get him on there? We are not able to. All right, he's making that up. He probably can, but he doesn't want to. So we are taking a look here at this wonderful screen here that gets us everything that we need. So typically, let's do a little like behind the scenes look if you don't mind, Justin. So I'm kind of taking a look right here. This is normally what we would see first. This kind of gives us a little bit of a preview. That's why it says preview here. And then freaking me out here a little bit, Justin. All right. So this is what he's about to put on here. This is what you guys are seeing. This is like the live view over here. So it pops up here first, then it'll pop over here so I can kind of get a preview. And then this is just stuff that helps us out to know what we're talking about. Like, hey, we're seeing there's some action going on over here. We need to put that on the screen. So Justin will do that. So like Justin can instantly go to this triple box that we're seeing right here on this screen right here. And let's see, one. Oh, no, I was jumping ahead a little bit. I was going to try to work a little bit of magic there and say 1, 2, 3, go, and see if it works, but didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we just had a score in the Lake Central Valpo game. Lake Central just scored a touchdown with 23 seconds left in the half. So
I'm all about the fun of the breaking news, and that's like, let's get down to business. Let's do football. Let's go.
It's still fun to see all this other stuff, going on.
I just look at screens and I don't even know what I'm looking at, to be honest with you. So, But we got the triple box. I know Justin loves his triple box.
Yeah.
So Lake Central, as you said, scored. Griffith has taken the lead and just kicked the extra point for a touchdown lead. I can kind of hear Jay Simmons all the way from here cheering from the press box over there at Wheeler.
Lake Station River Forest is 0-0 in the second. You can throw the records out the window in this game. It's a big, huge rivalry game, both of them being small schools and everything like that. I would put that up there with any of the rivalry games.
Yeah, always. I covered this in basketball the one year as well. Oh, my gosh, that gym was packed.
A lot of bad blood between those two schools.
Yeah, for sure. We'll give you some more updates. Maryville up 14-7 on Chesterton. We said Lake Central and Valpo are tied at 7. Those are two teams who are coming in with the same records coming into tonight as we're looking at Lake Station River Forest. And no score there as we go into the second quarter. I believe last I heard, Crown Point and Michigan City were both scoreless at this point going into the second quarter. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Aaron Svetlin working the scoreboard tonight.
What? Well, do we have the Andre?
Hey guys, we're gonna take a short break for a second to fix some technical difficulties back here. So
okay,
just want to let you guys know, and everybody on the Region Sports.
You're mic'd up now. You can take us to break.
Yeah, I'm gonna. We're gonna.
I guess he really is
take
gonna
a short break. Video might buffer for a bit, but that's going to be normal. We will be back shortly here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Alrighty, everybody, we are back here on the RSN Zone. We're going to send it back over to Michael Bradner and Matt Skura.
All right, well, Justin brought us back in. Excellent. Happy to be back here on the RSN Zone. I was waiting for my countdown. I didn't get a countdown. Freaking me out here a little bit.
Back on.
All right, we're looking.
I got you guys.
All right, there's Lake Station River Forest. And we'll go back to the triple box here. We're keeping our eyes on a game that's not on that triple box, though. We just got a little Streck and Mantil hometown scoreboard update. Michigan City has taken a 7-0 lead on Crown Point. Not something that we say very often. And we were going back and double-checking, and we said that Michigan City is actually the last team in the regular season to have beaten Crown Point. That goes all the way back to 2000. Was that 2000?
Coach Buzz's first year.
Yeah, so that's 2021.
Yeah. It was a 20-yard pass, Treinhardt to Jeremy Thurman.
Almost 4 years to the day. It was October 15th. Michigan City beat Crown Point 2021. It's the last time Crown Point has lost in the regular season, and it was to Michigan City. So City taking on an early lead against the Bulldogs over in the Hub City. So that's one to definitely keep our eye on over the course of the evening as it develops. Maybe wake up the Crown Point guys a little bit. Looking at Lake Central and Valpo right there. A little deflection there for the LC defense and denying the pass back over to River Forest. This is what when Justin starts making the changes like this, I feel like the golf announcer. Back to 1.
Oh, yeah.
Back to 2. Back to River Forest.
I'm going to watch this game.
Snap.
High snap.
He'll have to regain. He will go
Fumble
down.
recovery by River Forest.
You know, sometimes the wind just kind of breaks the football. I'm going back to the golf analyst there.
We're going to flip between Valpo and
So go
River
back to
Forest.
Valpo.
So Wheeler
Center snap
Griffith
to
comes
fade.
back from his timeout.
There was a weird draw in the snap. That's what it was.
I don't know. I kind of don't like Valpo's helmets with the numbers on them. I like the old Viking horns,
Okay.
the way they used to be. You know, everybody's going to the numbers on there.
Well, I tell you what, from a game announcing standpoint, it does make it a little bit nicer if you can't read the jerseys, especially when the guy's running down the sideline. You can't see the jersey. And look at the helmet. So you got the double box here, Wheeler and River Forest.
Not just any double box, the double GSSC
Oh,
box.
the GSSC double box. Okay.
Both games are GSSC matchups. Not usual for us here at RSN because we usually have Duneland schools all the time. But it's nice to change things up a bit.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, get everybody exposed, you know. It'll be interesting these next few weeks, the choices of games we have to have on there. There's not a lot of incredible matchups, but there'll be some good matchups.
If they're on the Region Sports Network, it's an incredible matchup no matter what. Next person we got to mic up is Zach Miller.
We'll just get the whole
He says no.
everybody up here.
Yeah, we should just get a round table, Zach. Let's just get a round table. We all just sit around the round table, watch the screen, and
That's the B&W show with round tables.
Wheeler's driving, getting ready to get in the red zone. Ooh. That was, how could you miss? Those two guys ran right past him. How can you miss that tackle?
Coach is freaking out over here. Send you back to River Forest. It looks like we'll have a penalty.
Oh, that was River Forest. Oh, good God.
Looks like we have a Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update. The Munster Mustangs are up 14-0 over the Kankakee Valley Cougars at the half.
In our audio game, it's Maryville 14, Chesterton 7. Oh, 21-7. I need to get new glasses. 21-7.
It just changed as you were reading. That's what happened.
It was 14-7.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's what we're blaming on. It changed just as you were starting to read it, so it wasn't your fault.
Yeah. So we're on a slight delay on our cameras and everything over here. So if you hear us get excited, it's
as my friends would say, we got to respect the pause. So back over at Wheeler, just a couple minutes to the half.
your friends from the league.
Might have been, yeah, might have been.
Great show.
It is a good show. Not necessarily Region Sports worthy, but
Yeah, we're a little better. They're a little funnier, but a little more informative.
That's a fair point.
Considering all them guys are professional comedians anyway.
That's That's what we have Justin Cole for. He's professional.
Yep.
And in many words,
A
love
one-liner.
it. Going for the end zone, or looking towards the end zone. Nothing to do there for Wheeler. Again, the Good matchup here over at Wheeler. 5 and 6 matchup.
We'll
Back
put the
to
double box
GSSC
up.
double box back up.
Yep, that matchup will solidify who's in the top 5 for the last game. For the season season's final poll.
Yeah, our final.
Unless Michigan City can upset Crown Point, then
That's good. That would shake some things up. I'm not gonna lie.
I could definitely see them jumping up if that happens, especially if it's a big margin of victory.
We've also got our Stratton Van Til hometown scoreboard running here for us as well. How about over at Lowell, over at the Inferno, Andrean 6, Lowell 3. So I don't know exactly how
we're gonna have a
Andrean
scored
scored that.
update in
Those
just a
6
second,
points.
Michael, for that. There's going to be a score update for that in just a second.
Okay.
Andrean had a running touchdown, I believe.
Okay.
And missed the PAT.
I was going to say, did we have 3 field goals in that game? That'd be odd.
And then on the ensuing kickoff, Lowell ran it all the way back to the Andrean 10 and couldn't score. They got the field goal out of it.
Okay.
So Andrean's defense held tough.
So that'd be another reason we have the close score.
Yep, 6-3 score.
Which we kind of imagine this one might be a closer game than maybe others expected. Big return here.
Looks like Wheeler just scored 3, so it's 14-10 Griffith. So we'll go full to River.
Goal.
It's nice to see teams kicking the ball, It's like you never kick it throughout the season when you have opportunities to do it, and then when you have to do it in the playoffs,
right?
Well,
how about the way the kicking game is evolving in the NFL right now? Look how many walk-offs we're seeing this year, and how many games are being decided by that field goal.
Well, and you're seeing
that's going to trickle down.
Yeah, you're seeing records being broken for the kicks too. I
yes.
mean, when you're within 60 yards, you're in field goal range now.
All right.
Yeah, the legs on some of these guys. What do we got, Justin?
Stratton Van Til hometown scoreboard update. Andrean just scored a touchdown, so it is currently 12-3. Andrean over the Lowell Red Devils with 13 seconds left in the half.
Is a PAT pending? Is that?
It was no good.
It was no good. Okay, so it is going to be 12-3. So that's a couple of points. Not saying that's going to come back and bite them, but that's a couple of points you're leaving out on the scoreboard there, and you never know. That hopefully doesn't come back to bite you, but it could.
Yeah, it's nice to it's nice to always get that PAT or get that 2-point conversion, but 12
but that's 2 of them now. There's 2 touchdowns and no extra point along with it.
Yeah, whoever had 2-3 on the old
on the squares,
on the Super Bowl squares, is getting some money there, getting a payout.
So back over at Wheeler. Perfect with the 4-point lead right now. Just a few seconds until halftime over there. We'll bring you the hometown scoreboard update.
Really?
Who? They're talking about the baseball game over there. Mariners, yeah.
Now going into the half.
Say that again, Justin.
Andrean and Lowell has just hit the halftime mark.
Okay, so 12-3 your halftime score over there at the Inferno. They're going to be trying to get those Red Devils hyped up over there, try to get them a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Big Central Valpo 7-7 at the half.
That would be correct.
So we're hoping for a Milwaukee Brewers Seattle Mariners matchup there to screw up Major League Baseball and all the networks. No big markets going here.
So back to the GSSC double box here. See what Griffith has got, but they go to the half. So that's a 14-10 halftime score. Check over at River Forest. Looks like a completed pass out near the 20-yard line. So that's a big gain.
Interesting enough, nobody has scored.
Crown Point
competitive game
ties it up with Trevor Gibbs 1-yard touchdown run. 7-7. It doesn't say how much time's left in the half, but it's 7-7 right before half. Crown Point scores. The Twitter machine's helping out tonight.
It does that. A lot of places to find good
Or
information.
the X machine or whatever.
Whatever you want to go. Oh, we got a fumble, and
Twitter
guys
machine sounds better.
falling on top of it for Lake Station. So Lake Station will have to move back about 6 yards on that bad snap.
Lake Station was averaging over 300 yards a game rushing, and they haven't done a whole lot against this River Forest defense.
They're losing at that time. So actually, it was a high snap and then just lost by the quarterback there. But both guys from Lake Station able to fall on top of that one.
We're going to have a Strack and Bantel hometown scoreboard update. We're keeping an eye on this game. This is, of course, audio only. The Maryville Pirates are up 28-7 over the Chesterton Trojans with 2 minutes 49 seconds left in the second quarter. So
Not too shabby for them.
Maryville just scored a touchdown.
And so I know I'm going to sound like a broken record. I obviously not being able to watch the way that game is unfolding. I saw Chesterton last week, and people are going to say you need to get off the Chesterton bandwagon. I refuse to get off the bandwagon. I think that's a good team that has a chance to make some positive plays, or at least some positive gains going into sectionals. So we'll see what happens with them. But these were the two biggest tests of the last 2 weeks of the season. You got Crown Point, Maryville. That's what's kind of – I mean, the Crown Point game is always going to be kind of an outlier because Crown Point's doing what Crown Point's always doing. The real test is going to be, especially in Class 5A, what are you doing against Maryville? Right now the score is a little lopsided. However, if you can still make this a close game and you're at least showing that you're showing glimpses of doing well, should help you out through sectionals.
Yeah, definitely. I mean –
but it's going to throw a wrench in if Michigan City ends up getting the upset win tonight.
Right. But it's big if it's big if Chesterton can control the ball on offense, move methodically down the field, take time off the clock, and force Maryville to try and hurry up and score.
Big sack there for River Forest in this one.
In that game, though, I think the speed's just going to be too much for Chesterton. It's hard to beat speed.
It is, especially if you don't have the guys to compete with it. Trying to throw one down the field. Pass is going to be intercepted. So River Forest able to get the takeaway. Lake Station was looking at the red zone at that point here on the RSN zone, and a bad snap just led to a lot of other direction. This one was taken at the 35. At one point, they were at like the 19.
Ooh, just got there's an update on here. It said Trevor Gibbs caught a 20-yard pass on a fourth down play that set up the touchdown.
Oh, okay.
For them. So,
when in doubt, turn to Gibbs.
Yep. That's your D1 Big Ten guy. Can't stop him. Only hope to contain him.
That's so hard to do.
Yeah, and
he's just got power and strength. I'm here, I promise. I'm here, I promise.
Getting back to some of those games that we were talking about earlier, that Pioneer North Judson game. Both teams are 7-1. That's a possible regional matchup in Class 1A.
Okay.
Judson being number 2 in 1A and Pioneer number 6 ranked in 1A according to the coaches poll. So that's a interesting matchup there to give whoever just the psychological advantage.
And that is a real thing.
Going into the state tournament, especially if it's a big score, scoring differential.
Correct. Send you back out here to River Forest in just a second. Looking at the Strack and Bantel hometown scoreboard. You can also see right here on the Region Sports Network as well. We got 4 games for you tonight. 3 video, 1 audio. Ready to get things going over at River Forest again. River Forest will pick things up.
Yeah, we're just waiting for them to get back from the Lake Station timeout. Looks like they are back, so let's head back to River Forest.
There we go. River Forest had just gotten an interception, so they're going to be looking for a Four Seasons mechanical first down here. Still 5 minutes left to go in the half for River Forest. Justin wants to score, though. 40-0 Hobart. Holy moly.
Great night at the Brickyard.
Is that at the half?
I think they're still in the second quarter.
Still the same. 40-0.
Like we do have a penalty.
Well, at some point, you got to look at the Hobart Brickies. You're gonna, depending on how some of these other scores start to go. I mean, Michigan City, if they were able to get the win tonight, they're number 7 in our RSN poll. You would have to jump them a couple of spots, right? If they knock off the number
they'll at
one.
least jump the Griffith Wheeler loser.
That's true because they're right next to
You
each
got
other.
6 and
that's
7,
right.
and then you got one will probably drop to.
All the kids that are listening are just laughing at that comment, by the way. All the adults are like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Get with it, folks. Come on now.
Which I saw a South Park thing with Butters doing the 6-7
Yeah.
thing, all the kids in their grade school, which they've been in 4th grade for the last 15 years. So, but no, you got your 3 and 4 playing, 5 and 6 are playing. So somebody's going to drop if Michigan City pulls the upset.
That's sweet. I'm trying to look at who else.
Andre and Lowell, yeah.
I mean, if Michigan City gets to win, they're just the new number 1. I'm sorry. Jump them all the way to 1. Who says no? What do you think, Justin?
Maryville beats them by 30.
Michigan City, number 7, beats Crown Point. Jump them to 1. To be the best, you got to beat the best, and they beat the best. They get to be number 1.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Oh.
Yeah, but you look at it, Maryville got smoked by number 1. Michigan City beat number 1. Even though Michigan City and Maryville played each other head to head.
All right, I would like all the Michigan City fans to hear this. I'm advocating for you at number 1 if you win this game tonight. Nobody else is supporting that. I'm on your side.
They will definitely receive votes for number 1. They will be in the receiving votes.
Man.
Does that put them up 3 games to 1? Or 3-2? Oh.
Yeah, that series was tied.
I'm a little off on my
That's because we got high school football. We're focused.
Now we can take that TV to football.
No,
Wait to
now
see
there's the
how,
NLCS.
this River Forest drive is going to go.
Come on, Miller. River Forest.
It's going to be a 4th down, so they're going to probably end up punting.
Yeah, they got dinged by a penalty, so that knocked him back quite a bit.
Let's see if they have.
What is all that game?
It's going to go to overtime, and then the final score is going to be 72-71.
What's the record that covers the games?
Turnovers?
They got to be close.
I don't have all my little.
It's 7 turnovers.
So we were talking
7.
earlier. We were mentioning.
I know there was 8 or 9 in the Crown Point Valpo game because I know Crown Point had 7 interceptions, and I know they threw 1 interception, but I don't know if there's any fumble recoveries or anything in that game.
Just taking a look here.
Two incredible defenses that have only given up an average of 30 points a game in the Lake Station River Forest.
Well, speaking of good defenses, David chimes in here saying to bet the under on the Andrean games because they've got a heck of a defense, and he expects them to make it all the way down to state. He's feeling 59-59 Broadway over there. Appreciate you checking in, David.
Is that on the comments?
Yeah, just checking in to see what
That's nice.
some of our friends are saying. I mean, we've kind of been saying that to an extent. I mean, we're not going to outright say that we think Andrean's going to win the state because obviously strange things happen, and other teams get momentum is a thing, so some other teams can get hot at the right time.
Right.
But we've been saying since the onset of the year that if there was a team that probably had the best chance, it's those Andrean 59ers.
Being in 2A, having a tough 3 or 4A, 5A schedule, they're the favorite, definitely the favorites to win their sectional, even though Wheeler might have something to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're the favorites to win their regional.
When you talk about strength of schedule as well, that's one of the things where a lot of people are looking at that Hanover Central team. They're like, whoa, what happened? What happened here? 3-5 on the year, but they are also playing their toughest schedule in program history. Coach Bartolomeo will be the first one to tell you this is a tough schedule, and it may not translate this year, but as you continue to play better schools, it'll make sure you're better for the future. And that's one of the things, and these are arguments that we have with Crown Point, that we had with Hanover for the last couple of years. And it's because of these conferences being the sizes that they are and having the amount of teams that they have, you can't necessarily schedule like we were talking about with Morton earlier tonight. Morton has the luxury of trying to schedule teams, late in the season. Well, not every team has that luxury to try to, play really, really challenging teams to make yourself a better program. And that's not a knock on any conference opponents or anything like that, because those matchups are fun. When you get to play teams from your area, teams like right next door, that's fun. But it may not be the most challenging of kind. If you really want to be the best, you have to. But again, even in regular season, in any sport, NFL, college, whatever, you have to play teams that are not the best. But then you also get a chance to play teams that really are the best.
Right. And credit to John Harrell again. Hanover Central's opponents' records are 30. Opponent's record is 38-26.
Mm-hmm.
So you're playing a 7-1 Lowell, 7-1 Andrean. They played Chittard, who always a state powerhouse. Hobart 6-2. So
right.
You're playing some quality opponents.
Yeah, at least in this NCC this year.
Yeah.
But we've definitely seen years where it's not that based on conferences. The Duneland might be considered a little bit down this year in comparison. NCC has been down in other years, maybe not this year, but in other years it has been.
Yeah, and usually, you're always going to have your top 2 to 3 teams that are good to dominant, and then your 4 and 5 teams are your middle of the road that could pull off that upset. But then you always have your 1 or 2 teams that are on the bottom that are struggling because they may not be a football power, but they're they'll be up there in basketball or baseball or something like that.
Right. Lake Station with a nice run to try to get themselves into the red zone here. They're getting close to that red zone here on the RSN zone. Little pass out to the right and a little run off to the right, getting inside the 30 up to about the 25, inside the 25 maybe.
And it looks like we're going to have a Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. It'll be the Maryville Pirates up 28-7 at the half.
Okay, thank you, Justin. This is why we mic Justin up. He's always got good comments. Nobody ever hears them. Lake Station trying to make a move here to get a little bit closer to the end zone. They still got 2 minutes left until the half over there. Feel free to go ahead and start liking and commenting if you want to see Zach Miller mic'd up next week. Man, look at all these likes coming in right now. It's great.
Yeah.
We even got applause going on.
Let's go!
See? Under 2 minutes to go here at River Forest.
If you guys would like to watch the rest of the minute and a half they're going to have, flip on over to that game. We are going to take a break because we got to pay the bills here.
Oh, yeah.
So we are going to take a break here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, my name is Mark Macknick. I'm the owner of Mark Macknick CPA firm in Highland, Indiana on Kennedy Avenue. I've been working with Region Sports for years now. Started working with Chris years ago, just on some special projects, advertising here and there. After a while, kind of increased the advertising. Mainly was doing it for the community involvement. It's such a great network and program they do with the high school sports. But as time went by, I started getting on there more frequently. And then the phone starts ringing. And I was getting calls all the time from people. Hey, I saw your ad on so-and-so football game. I saw your ad on a basketball game. And it's really helped my business. It's increased the volume. You know, we're a tight community in Northwest Indiana, sports-wise, and just a lot of community involvement. So that's mainly why I got into it. Yeah, I remember watching one game. It was a basketball game, and I think there was a little bit of an altercation. And as the altercation was happening, my ad was right on the bottom, and someone typed in, "I wonder what Mark Machnick's thinking right now." And I was thinking, wow, this is awesome. It's really been a great feature for my business. It's the only advertising I do. I don't advertise anywhere else other than Region Sports. You know, it's for the business, but mainly for the involvement with the community. I played high school baseball here in Highland. And ever since I've been advertising on Region Sports, a lot of my old coaches are now my clients. A lot of my old teammates come in here. My recommendation, if you're a business here in Northwest Indiana, I think Region Sports is, for your money, it's one of the best places that you can advertise. I mean, I can advertise on billboards. I could do anywhere I want to. And I choose Region Sports mainly because I get a lot of feedback. You know, especially on the high school level, a lot of the parents, if they can't make a game, they're watching it online, they're watching a replay, the grandparents. So it's done wonders for my business, and it's my go-to for advertising. It's the only spot I would advertise. So if you're a business owner in the area, really look into advertising on Region Sports. It's going to be well worth your money, and you'll make tenfold on what you're spending. Region Sports Network, they're the only game in town, but they're more than just a game.
Welcome back to the RSN Zone here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brander, Matt Skura, Justin Cole along with you.
Watch a little bit of this River Forest Lake Station game, almost into the end zone for a touchdown. We'll also head back out to Valparaiso in just a little bit. They just started the second half. I believe it is Valparaiso that's going to have possession of the ball. I could be wrong. It is.
I have not known you to ever be wrong,
Aaron.
Justin. Zach Miller giving me a weird look at that point.
Waiting on this. They just threw a penalty flag in the Valpo game. So we will get there shortly.
We got some games that are just now going to be heading to half here soon. Some that are coming back from half.
And Lake Station with the touchdown.
Ooh.
So somebody is finally on the board out there in Lake Station, New Chicago.
The announcer was going crazy over there.
Love when our announcers go bananas.
Since when?
they're just going. They're just getting all excited because it's it's week 9 of the high school football season. So
a 0-0 game, 20 seconds left in the half, and they scored.
With 20 seconds left, you should get excited. Plus, if you go almost a whole half without putting up a score, you get excited. Like, we have a score.
Huge rivalry game.
Looks like a...
Is that something you think the IHSAA should look into, is making it like your biggest rival is your week 9 opponent?
That would be fun.
Like automatically, whoever you feel is your biggest rival?
For certain schools, it's cut and dry. But
right.
like Lake Central, you could argue Crown Point, but I feel like basketball and baseball is definitely Crown Point. Football, maybe not so much, because I feel like Crown Point and Maryville's a bigger game.
Well,
than
I'll
Crown
be
Point,
honest
Lake
with you.
Central.
If you're going just in conference, that's probably it. But if you were looking just in general, that
Lake
Lake Central
Munster.
Munster rivalry is
No
pretty
good.
intense.
We do have a Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. The Kankakee Valley Cougars just scored a touchdown, but Munster still leads 14-7 in the third quarter.
Looking at that Valpo game, I know we don't have it on our screen here, but incomplete pass for Valparaiso, so the receiver not thrilled with himself, and that'll bring up a 4th down for the Vikings and at the 27-yard line. So will likely give Lake Central good field position to start the second half, which is what Coach Koulianis and the Indians would like to start with here and draw something up and get a score here to start the second half. Punt is away, end over end.
Ooh.
And it's going to take a bounce all the way to the 15, and bounce back to the 20. So not the best of field positions. Great punt.
Yeah, it went from
for
120
Valpo.
to the other 20.
So great punt by Valpo.
I didn't look at the strategy on our hometown.
Hey, the Bills having a good night.
Oh, geez.
Just when you think you saw it all. Bam.
That's 2 weeks in a row Whiting's been had trouble with the offense.
Bishop Knoll up by 1 at the half.
It was on Twitter or X or whatever. Jim Peters.
Good man, Jim Peters. One more. Trusted guys in the region, no question about it. As Cam Reddick runs on the right side, picks up a few yards on that. Of course, he's a mechanical first down. So Lake Central starting up from that, might have been the 19-yard line. So
yeah, he
Get up to
posted
23.
9 minutes ago, halftime. LaPorte 18, Portage 14.
if you notice on our hometown scoreboard that we don't have a score and you would like to contribute with a score, because you know it, please feel free to comment. Let us know. Central running ahead, back to River Forest for the final 20 seconds of that matchup here in the half.
There was the Quintel kickoff.
Ooh. That kickoff and all kickoffs are brought to you by Quintel Incorporated.
Thank you, Michael.
I've read that read a couple of times.
Since it's been since this is the last week of the regular season, what has been your favorite game so far that you've called?
Ooh, that I've called?
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna have to say, in terms of true entertainment value, I'm gonna have to go with I called the Chesterton-LaPorte game.
Okay.
Chesterton jumped out to an early 12-0 lead. LaPorte had a punt blocked in that first quarter, just to start the game, and they went 3 and out, went to go punt, had it blocked, and actually one of the guys from LaPorte went to go pick it up, and it started to run into the end zone, but then ran out. It almost turned into a safety. And then we started getting into it. I was with Chris Figg for that game. We were kind of debating, should he have stayed in the end zone for the safety versus coming out to the 1-yard line, where Chesterton then started at the 1-yard line, went into the end zone for 6. But LaPorte answered. I just thought it was a good matchup, hard-fought battle between two solid programs with two solid coaches. I feel like deep down you're probably surprised to hear me say that, considering I had a Lake Central call this year as well. Because I started off the season out at the Purple Palace with Andrain Maryville. It was with the very talented Leo Staudiker on that call. But you, Justin, what game have you been entertained by this year from here in the Athletic Performance Factory?
Honestly, there was one game that we didn't have on the RSN zone this year, and that was last week's matchup between Michigan City and LaPorte, where Michigan City didn't score until the fourth quarter.
Okay.
And obviously, we all know Michigan City came back to win that one. Was it 20-7?
I mean, a lot of the games.
That kind of surprised me that Michigan City didn't even score in the first half.
Yeah. Well, I mean, tonight you got that team in Crown Point that didn't score in the first quarter. I mean, how often do you get to say that Crown Point didn't score in the first quarter?
Yeah.
So what a standby Michigan City defense.
It would have been nice to see what was going on or hear about what was going on in that game. Like, was it a defensive struggle? Did somebody hold the ball for so long on offense? Just time-wise or whatever for that. But I'll have to chime in. My favorite game so far this year was the Calumet-Wheeler game.
Okay.
Just exciting, back and forth game. Tight game. Came down to the last series. Wheeler scores with a couple minutes left, and then Calumet had to try and drive down and score. I think they had a freshman quarterback with them at the time, too, because the other one was hurt. Or they were not, he's their third-string quarterback, too?
I believe so.
So that was your favorite game. That was Justin Cole's least favorite game of the season.
Well, it was a competitive matchup.
It was.
My least favorite, obviously, everyone would know, was last week. Obviously, we didn't cover it here at RSN, but it was Griffith and Wheeler.
Yeah.
Or not Griffith and Wheeler. Griffith and Calumet.
Griffith Calumet. Yeah, that one was
Valparaiso heading to the
a shocker
end
across
zone.
the board, though.
This Griffith and Wheeler game is actually pretty interesting. I meant Griffith and Calumet from last week.
We got Valparaiso down at like the 1 yard line. They were just in a spot to run it into the end zone. So Valparaiso, first and goal from is that the 1 yard line? They're about ready to punch it in here.
Yep. Looks like.
Run up the middle. Did he get stopped?
How can you?
No, let's go full to that one.
There we go. So it'll be second and goal. Helmet came off, so have to sit out of play.
It's tough for Valpo with the short field, and their struggles in the running game.
Where that was, for years that has been one of their strengths. Thomas Berta in the backfield.
Yeah, they've had a signature running back almost every year for who knows how long. I remember their state title run. I think it was Scott Volk was back there or something like that. Might have been. He was a tough running back. There's another one.
Central defense did they hold it again?
Standing tall.
It is. So this will be third down. What a stand here for Lake Central defense so far. Can they do it one more time?
This is at the point, you really want to, as a offensive line coach, you really want to tell your guys to have some pride and.
Here's the push. Looks like it might have gone into the end zone. We'll wait to see if our graphic changed here. Is there a signal? We're seeing what you're seeing, and
now we're seeing flowers. No, back out of there.
No, it's a penalty.
So there's a penalty here.
We need to
backing it up.
When we get a touchdown or something, we need to get our little scoreboard.
It does. It flashes
does
something.
it flash?
Yes, it will flash. Yep. I'll say
haven't,
touchdown.
Looks like.
So there was a penalty against Valparaiso. So if anybody wanted to know.
We'll eventually get you guys
who the white hat
Wheeler,
official was. I don't know who it
they're
was.
about to be in the red zone.
Who's that?
Wheeler.
Or is that Griffith wearing the white?
Griffith's driving.
There's a throw to the end zone. Is that a completed pass? It looks like it.
Touchdown.
So touchdown for the Valparaiso Vikings. There's your touchdown graphic there.
There you go.
Oh,
so Valparaiso. On their second possession of the second half, gets the touchdown with 5:52 left to go in the third. Got the double box here. See what Griffith does here. Out to the right side, it looks like.
We're going to have a scoreboard update from our scoreboard operator over here. Aaron?
We got a final. We have the Frontier Falcons 49, Southwood Rebels 0.
All right, so Frontier wins 49-0. Thank you, Aaron Svetlin.
Frontier's another team that is in the sectional with Pioneer in 1A. And so they could be a potential second-round matchup, Frontier.
Talk about a good defensive stand here. Wheeler holding up Griffith so far. Now it's 4th down. See what we got in the terms of the leg.
I think they're a little too far out to kick. You're looking at maybe a 37-yarder there.
So I'm going to go for it on 4th down. Rolling out to the right. Pass looks like it's complete, but right at the original line of scrimmage. So
there was the running back flare out of the backfield, so he is right there too. But
Quintel kickoff coming up here at Valparaiso.
You know, on that 4th down play for Griffith, it probably would have been a nice play to call a little halfback screen or something like that with the possibility of all that pressure, blitzing linebackers or something so they can get a hurried pass. And you might have had a little open field there to at least, if you don't get the 1st down, at least take 10 more yards.
Well, and so, I mean, the worst case scenario, not the worst case scenario, they could have obviously done something where it could be an interception and run it back for a touchdown, but, you didn't convert, didn't pick up really any yardage, so you stay at the 20-yard line. So you're not giving Wheeler good field position by not converting.
Right.
Obviously, you would want to push it back even further if you could have gotten to the 15 or the 12 or something, just pick up a little bit more yards. Ideally, you want the 1st down, obviously, but you push it, give it a few more yards, but it's still at the 20 is not the worst thing in the world.
Right, and I don't know what Griffith kicker's range is, but, at that point, you're better off.
Reddick tries to dump that one down. It might be at the 1st down marker.
You might be better off just doing what they did and going for it on 4th down.
It was a Four Seasons mechanical 1st down over at Lake Central, so the little dump pass down to.
There's another 4 Season mechanical 1st down for the Wheeler Bearcats.
See where Cam Reddick goes here from that right hash. Hand off to the running back, Turley. Out across the 35 up to the 36. Good gain there for Turley, so 2nd down and 4 coming up. I didn't see who caught that initial pass. I see Hamza Issa out to the right there. Take you out to Wheeler.
Morton.
There's a handoff here. Runs ahead. It'll be a Four Seasons mechanical 1st down on the run out across the 40 up to the 42.
Did you by any chance see the game last night, the Bengals-Steelers game?
Did not. I was actually Cam. Nope, hands that.
It almost looks like Joe Flacco renewed his career again for the 3rd time.
Turley picks up another Four Seasons mechanical 1st down. No, it's actually at sectionals for volleyball. Great matchups between Lake Central and Crown Point.
Who won that? Who won that matchup?
It was Crown Point in 4 sets.
Ooh. There's a possible Chesterton Crown Point rematch coming up here.
That would be probably regionals, yeah.
They split in the regular season.
Keep for Cam Reddick here.
Crown Point won at Chesterton, and Chesterton won at Crown Point. Scoring update. Dogs are up. Crown Point Bulldogs are up 14-7. They scored on their 1st drive of the 2nd half. Actually, their 2nd play of their 1st drive in the 2nd half, a 58-yard pass to Gurnick.
Michigan City fans, I'm still with you. And of course, I say that knowing I have to eventually drive back to Crown Point. Oh, big takedown at Lake Central.
That's right. Justin's gonna go out and stick the sign on there, Michigan City #1 on your car as
I
you drive
might.
through Crown Point.
Cannot do that. I'm not part of the committee, for the record.
No, he's saying you're going to put something on my car saying I was Michigan City's #1 fan as I'm driving back into Crown Point. I'm not saying I wanted Michigan City to win. I was just saying if they did, I advocated they move up to #1.
Well, I'm right with you on that. You know,
He wasn't earlier.
but I was just saying, you know, Crown Point beat Maryville, and then Michigan City beat Crown Point. So you got to move the team that beat #1.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what you did head to head. You beat the #1, which
it would definitely make for some interesting conversations. There's no question about it.
We're waiting on some of these games to get out of timeouts. That's why you're seeing the scoreboard, everybody. But we do have a Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. It is now tied, the Kankakee Valley Cougars and the Munster Mustangs in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, all right.
And I have another update for the Crown Point Michigan City game. It looks like Michigan City scored.
Ooh, okay.
To make it 14-14 with 9:44 left in the third. I don't know how they scored. I just know they scored.
Get you back out to Wheeler.
Zaire McKinney's 75-yard touchdown.
Yep, 74-yard touchdown run. So I don't.
Hello.
Well, this one says it's a 76-yard bomb from Hart to McKinney. Good old Jim Peters.
Looks like that's going to be a touchdown.
Which, again, you know, Michigan City's a second-half team. They got that quick strike offense.
Touchdown Griffith. So now it's 20-10.
Big run from Lake Central here. Reddick on a 3rd and 13. He got the first down. Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
There you go.
I got to get used to getting the sponsors in there. You know,
it's your first season. You know, rookie year. You're going to grow into it. I'll tell you what, though. I will say, these are just minor things from a broadcast perspective. But when you get used to, calling things for one sponsor and all of a sudden things change up, it's really hard to break habits. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So, like at this point, if we didn't have like a Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, I would struggle big time. Crowell has been here since I've been here, and this is like year number 13. 25 years of the Region Sports Network, by the way. Quarter century, y'all. Quarter century of the Region Sports Network being the only game in town.
Looks like that 2-point conversion from Griffith was no good. So it is 20-10 in favor of the Panthers.
Valpo with the big rush on Redding. He throws it away. 3rd and 10. Lake Central on the Valpo 30 and a half yard line. I was expecting Lowell and Andrane to be a tight game.
I have a Quintel kickoff at the Wheeler game.
So I reached out just to kind of see what's going on in that Crown Point.
Oh, no. Oh, he fumbled it.
Did he pick it up and get it?
They're going to
So
I'm thinking they're going
was
to
that
say
Frankie Verda caught it, dropped it, and then looked like Logan Roten picked it up as Cam Reddick took a shot there, it looked like. Yeah, dropped it at about the 2, and then Logan Roten went for the pylon, couldn't bring it in. So
Lake Central looking to score on the 2-yard line.
Looks like they said he caught it, but I think he went out of bounds.
So yeah,
that's what it looked like.
They do have a Lake Central touchdown.
Touchdown for the Indians.
So heads up by, the they're going to talk about the fumble by Verda, and it looks like Verda may be talking to the official a little bit there. But at the same time, heads up by Logan Roten to pick that one up inside the 5 there and go towards the pylon to set up at least the play. And now you got Lake Central looking like they maybe want to go for a 2-point conversion to take a lead. And what a odd setup this is. Oh, no, it's for the PAT and then going in.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a weird setup, but I'll move it in. Okay. Now things are looking more normal. Throw knee off.
Ooh.
And the PAT is up and good to tie it at
Penalty
14.
marker down.
And then I was kind of just reaching out to kind of get a sense of what's going on in that Crown Point, Michigan City game. Very few penalties for Michigan City. That's one of the things that I'm sure they probably put an emphasis on this week, trying to make sure that they clean up, because that's just something that we had talked about for weeks and weeks and weeks, that it's just going to be – just felt like they're constantly,
Shooting themselves in the foot.
hurting themselves, and not wanting to do that. So if they are in a position where they're not committing a whole lot of penalties, that's probably what's helping them in this game. I think Gibbs is going to be a big part of this here.
Yeah, but the quick strike offense of Michigan City, and Michigan City being a second-half team, is what's going to, make it a photo finish there.
I know they can't see it on the screen, but on the screen that we had there, Graham Sticken is on the camera view there. He's in camera shot. He's not live, but he's in the shot.
Morton, 24-0.
Great group of guys working in the studio tonight. Michael Brander Mascura with you here on the air. Justin Cole got himself mic'd up.
Yes, sir.
I caught him looking at something else, and he pretended to go back and look at the screen for a second.
We'll do one Strike and Van Til hometown scoreboard update from our scoreboard operator, Aaron. Go ahead.
Yes, we got a final 10 Kingsmen 38, and the South Bend St. Joseph's Huskies 6.
Excellent.
So Penn stays undefeated going into sectionals, is what it's looking like.
Justin, you can give an update for Monster.
Let's just get everybody mic'd up. Come on. Let's get microphones in here.
We do have a Strike and Van Til hometown scoreboard update in the fourth quarter out at KV. The Munster Mustangs kicked a field goal to make it 17-14. Really close game down there in Wheatfield. And we will also take a quick timeout, pay some bills, of course. So you've been watching the RSN Zone here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
I'm out of a job.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
And welcome back to the RSN Zone here on the Region Sports Network. Looks like Wheeler game went into a TV timeout. This one's also about to go to a TV timeout as the clock is running here in Valparaiso. Good game, Michael.
Do you need me? Like what?
Yes. Well, obviously.
I'm all for this. You guys don't get to hear Justin's comments half the time, so I'm so glad he's mic'd up. I love it. It's great.
Late in the third quarter, Bishop Knowles still beating Boone Grove 14-13.
So the end of the third quarter over at Valpo. So here's your hometown scoreboard. See, this is why Justin talks. I can't. It's been a long week.
Courtesy of your neighborhood Strack and Van Til Food Market.
I got to get that too, the Strack and Van Til's hometown scoreboard.
You're on it. You're good.
Yeah. Working on it.
Of course, we've been kind of displaying advertisements on the Strack and Van Til app, of course. Want to shout that out as well. Really good app if you're kind of busy and need groceries. Just order in the app and pick it up at the store.
There you go.
And there's also delivery as well.
Speaking of Strack and Van Til's, we got another Strack and Van Til's hometown scoreboard update. Caden Smith with the touchdown grab. Dogs are up 21-14.
So this one went from a defensive showdown to now just a scoring bonanza.
Yep, Crown Point with 2 touchdowns in the third. Michigan City with the touchdown in the third.
We're going to have a Quintel kickoff at the River Forest Lake Station game. As a matter of fact, let's go to the triple box. Looks like we have a touchdown for Lake Central.
And that looks like Frankie Verda, number 15 for Lake Central. So they will take the lead.
I missed it.
Let's double check here. We got the replay up here.
We got the replay here as well, Michael.
Yeah, Frankie Verda again just slipping the tackle. Look at the coach running with him. Love it. I didn't see which coach that was. He was keeping pace though.
70-yard touchdown pass for Lake Central.
So Lake Central getting up for the PAT.
We go back to the triple box. Looks like a couple penalties on that Quintel kickoff.
So 21-14. What a way to start the fourth quarter for Lake Central. That's been one of the things we talked. We talked about this earlier. Lake Central. It just seems like that's when the wheels came off for them. Things seem to be going the opposite direction now.
Yeah, and it's only going to get better for them. They're all fired up and everything. But just a little note here: Crown Point had a 33-yard touchdown pass to Smith on a 4th and 14. Whew.
You hate to lose it on 4th and 14 if you're Michigan City, but man, way to hang with it if you're Crown Point. But that's kind of like a Crown Point MO, right? Like there's no play that they can't get something down on. So that was Four Seasons Mechanical 4-down territory for the Bulldogs.
I think the whole field is Four Seasons Mechanical 4-down territory.
Yeah,
Coach Buzz doesn't like to punt, but you're on the opponent's 33-yard line, 33-yard touchdown pass. So, you're still at that same point where even if you do get a catch and they stop you.
Pass is complete for River Forest here, trying to.
You're a little too close to punt, a little too far to kick the field goal.
A Quintel kickoff over at Valpo as well, but that was a Four Seasons Mechanical first down for River Forest right at the 40-yard line there.
Looks like we're going to have a Quintel kickoff in Valparaiso. As Valpo gets a hold of the ball now.
We're taking a look at
And stop at the 15.
Swarming tackle.
We can take this moment to kind of recognize our crews out at different games. We got Griffith and Wheeler, which you're looking at River Forest right now. So we'll maybe mention them first. You got Andrew Mild and our sports director Mike Dewan out there. Clint Klaus working the production, and Paul Vela working the camera out there. When we go back to Valparaiso, Kevin Malater, Chris Figg, Zach Sinelli, Thomas Marsh over in Valpo. Griffith at Wheeler, you got Leo Staudaher, Jay Simmons, Joey Henrik, and the camera is our huddle camera.
I was gonna say put the Griffith game on big screen.
Yeah, let's do that. They are in the red zone.
And then we do have the audio broadcast of Chesterton and Maryville, Quincy Bell, Sam Daniels, Riley Doyle out at the Purple Palace.
Looks like a minute. Going to be about a minute left in the third, and Griffith's knocking on the door.
Well, I'm going to mention Valparaiso is in the fourth quarter, and obviously River Forest. I guess they kind of had an extended pregame, which is why they are still in the early stages of the second half.
I think River Forest was senior night.
Yeah.
That too.
Tell you what, we don't have it on our screen right now, but big defensive stand for Lake Central against the Valparaiso Vikings. But we're going to see what Griffith can do here on this play, watching the huddle cam.
What's your Strack and Van Til scoreboard update?
We do have an update from Aaron.
We have a final.
Yeah, we have a final. Tri-County Cavaliers 6, North Newton Spartans 42.
Whew. Is that at North Newton?
Yes.
Great one down there in Morocco.
Yep, North Newton will take on Bowman Academy next week in the first round of sectionals. And Tri-County will take on Frontier.
Of course, we want to mention we will also bring up those brackets later tonight on our post-game show, so you want to stick around here on the Region Sports Network for that.
It's Region Football wrap-up. Valpo was able to pick up the Four Seasons Mechanical first down, long pass incomplete.
Had the guy, got antsy. I got to stand up.
You can't. I stand up, yeah. I can't sit for too long.
Sadly, I have to sit because I got a
you have a cushion on your chair.
Yeah, but you got
cushions.
You got cushions on your chair. I'm gonna have to bring my own cushion. Then everybody will think I got old people issues.
And we await the comments.
Oh, yep, we do have a scoreboard update. The Strack and Van Til scoreboard update. I need to say it correctly. The Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. The Andrean 59ers leading 19-3 with 6:20 left in the fourth quarter.
So would you say that's a shocking score there, Michael?
Considering where this game was in the first half, a little bit, I would figure Lowell would kind of find a way, especially at their own place, to put up a little bit more of an offense. Again, not knowing exactly what situations are going on. Big pass completion out for Valparaiso out across midfield, and they're saying it's incomplete. And you can see the receiver is a little beside himself. They're saying incomplete on the pass. It looked like a completed catch. Not sure if we'll get here's the replay right here. We're going to find out.
I mean, I wouldn't say the more surprising on my side is Andrean holding Lowell to 3 points.
Yeah,
I know they have a tough defense, but Lowell's offense has been rolling. Because Andrean's about at their season average, 19. Where do I have it here? Andrean's averaging 26 a game, so they're getting to that point where they're hitting their average, but their defense is just playing lights out tonight.
We got a Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. The Maryville Pirates just scored a touchdown. It is 35-7 over there at the Purple Palace, with Maryville hosting Chesterton.
And I got another Strack and Van Til's hometown. Yes, the Crown Point Bulldogs just scored again after a 3-and-out. Michigan City shanks a punt, and first play from scrimmage, Crown Point scores, make it 28-14 with 2:50 left in the third.
Still time left in that third.
Thank you, the Twitter machine.
There you go. Guys in the field all over the place.
And we get a nice little update on how they score too, so
That's
we can
beneficial.
give the players a little credit, you know.
Valparaiso. I tell you what. Let me ask you this from a perspective of when teams are punting, because Lake Central just did this, and they've done it a couple of times tonight, and it baffles me. It looks like you have potential to get good field position. If you catch the ball, you might get it at the 30, 35, maybe the 40, depending on how the punt goes. But they have let the punt drop to the field and then roll out to the 20. And now you're starting at the 10-yard line here. You could have had it at the 30 if you just catch it and do like a fair catch. Why are they letting it? Why are teams more inclined to let it drop and roll as opposed to just catching it? Is that just because you're worried about catching and running, or
sometimes that's just a coaches saying, don't do anything unless it's right at you.
Okay.
You know, because to me, if you're back there, you're good enough to catch a punt.
I would think so.
You know, but it's tough too, especially now. I mean, I don't know how new or how long this rule's been in effect, but you know, when I played, the only guys that could run down the field were the two receivers. You know, the two gunners. They were the only ones until the ball was kicked. And then once the ball was kicked, everybody else could leave. You know, now it's ball snapped, everybody's gone.
And this isn't like exclusive to Lake Central.
No,
it happens all the time.
Yeah,
I just question.
Because there was a few, you know, before Coach Bazia got there was a big stretch in the Crown Point football games where they would either fair catch it or just let it roll. You know, they put a guy back there, but he wouldn't do anything. And so it was like, what's the point of even do that? You might as well just rush 11 guys, you know. But you know, now they have top tier. You know, Crown Point has a top tier special teams there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Griffin Van Tichel is a tremendous return man.
Reddick looking for something going there. St. John's River Forest.
Want to make a mention about that Maryville Chesterton game. There was 6 minutes 50 seconds left in the third quarter when Maryville scored that touchdown. As 2 of our 3 games are basically going into the fourth quarter. Obviously, we're going to watch this River Forest game since it's one of 2 games that are pretty close right now.
The Griffith game. Oh, it's a commercial break.
Yep, they're in a commercial break. They just ended the third quarter.
So Lake Central with 7:30-ish left in the fourth quarter. There's a penalty against Valpo, it looks like. So that's going to move Lake Central. And there was a 3rd and 6. Now it's going to make it a 3rd and 1. It potentially could be a big penalty for Valparaiso. You had them 3rd and 6. Now you only need 1 yard to pick up the Four Seasons Mechanical first down. That could continue a drive for Lake Central, whereas otherwise it could have been stalled.
Yeah, that's a big mistake right there. You know, you can't.
Oh, from this and this, are they in sync pretty much?
I would still stick to the monitor that right there.
Okay.
Oh, they're about 3 or 4 seconds apart.
A little behind. Okay. I want to respect the pause.
Yeah, it's not the huge pause. It's just why are.
Well, they're going for the 1 yard, so they're doing a little bit of a push.
Yeah, I mean, just
it might be enough.
3rd and 1. Let's just run a regular play there. You know, you could break one or something instead of just being. But again, there's 6.5 minutes left. You get that 1 yard. You can run another 25 seconds off the clock.
I say you want. I mean, if you're Lake Central with the
so-
lead right now, you do want to milk that clock down. You don't want to give Valpo the chance to come back and get a score. And if you have a chance to still get a score with very little time left on the clock, that gives Valpo no chance to come back in this one. So
right, yeah. Any type of score makes it very tough for Valpo.
So it was a Four Seasons Mechanical first down over at Wheeler. They're at the 50-yard line.
Big penalty marched off against Lake
Wheeler
Station
marching
there.
on that left side out across the 40, so picking up that Four Seasons Mechanical first down. That's a big pickup for Wheeler there.
You know what? Let's go full to that game since. Well, let's wait a second. I think
May have had a penalty.
Not
I'm
sure
guessing.
why the score bug.
I was gonna say, are we having a technical glitch? I didn't want to rat out our producer out there.
Problem over there. That's why the score bug's not on the screen.
Lake Station had a 4th and 35, and I think they punted it and still didn't get a first down.
Well, keep
With
for
the distance of the punt.
Cam Reddick out across the 40.
I think all of our games, we have it in a triple box because I believe all the games are basically at midfield.
Hey, there's our score bug. Or score box. I don't know. What do we call ours?
We call it a score bug.
That's what I thought. These look like
Some
boxes.
people call it a score box in the industry, and especially I also sometimes do some ESPN productions. We call it a score bug.
Just a casual mention that he works for ESPN. No big deal.
Yeah.
Not directly with them, but
He moonlights with them. He spends a lot of his Saturday afternoons working with.
I dabble.
Valpo,
I dabble a little bit in the ESPN, but my real passion is region sports.
I tell you what, some of the photos he posts on social media with some of the other things, setups that he's got with all the buttons that he's got, I'm like, it looks like mission control out there for NASA.
Do you have the one button where it's like the do not touch button? Kills everything.
Like an emergency button, there is something like that, yes. But it's not necessarily a kill everything button to where like nobody's able to see it.
Just lean over, casually lean over.
A lot of things have changed over the years with some of the stuff that Disney and
his buttons even light up, like they have colors. That freaks me out. Don't hit the red one.
If they start making noises, then we got issues,
I hope it doesn't make noises because that would actually go out on air, technically speaking.
You could get the we hit the button, it says stop it or something like that. Stop it.
Yeah. Strachan Van Til's hometown scoreboard update. Knoll 14, Boone Grove 13 still with about 5 minutes left in the game. Another scoreboard update.
We got a final.
Oh boy.
Muster Mustang 17, KB 14.
Ooh.
Final.
Mustangs pick up their third win of the season in week number 9.
Picked up a win in Wheatfield.
I thought he almost said mustard Mustangs, not Munster.
Our sports director will be happy.
Yes, he will.
There's a flag on a play.
Not in the River Forest game, which is what you folks at home are watching. Pass complete on a 1st and 20 back to the triple box. I missed what we were talking about with Lake Central.
It's nice to get the River Forest Lake Station game because it gives some people a chance to get a taste of the small school football. Green grass, not the field turf.
That and especially the GSSC. I know they don't necessarily get a lot of coverage with the exception, of course, of Griffith, but it's nice to go to some of these smaller schools, especially River being that they have a grass field. So I think a lot of the schools have now switched over to turf. I know Calumet has done that back in 2016 when they got turf. I think they only played like one or two home games. One was regular season and one was obviously playoffs.
Is there a baseball field turf too?
I think so.
So I know they redid that whole outdoor athletic complex there.
Yep, they did that back when I was a senior in high school. So that was 2016 when it was basically complete. I think they had to do some baseball games on the road. I think they were still finishing that up. But football, they were able to do like 2 home games, 1 regular season, 1 playoffs. And it looks like we got a touchdown, River Forest.
Ooh, 6-6.
Let's see if they can convert an extra point or 2-point conversion. I know.
Unfortunately, you have to say 7-6.
Lake Station missed the.
We go with the leading score first. But
yeah, how does it look on the scoreboard? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I'm ready to go home. I hear that enough. I'm ready to go home. Speaking of a game that has double digits. Oh! Justin Cole is dropping our equipment.
I thought he fell out of his seat or something. It's all right.
No, he dropped the camera stand.
So, with all these...
Everybody's okay.
With all these schools building new athletic complexes and stuff like that, I kind of,
another final.
Who's that?
Andrain 19, Mole 3.
Wow.
Andrain wins the NCC.
Andrain is the NCC champs with a 19-3 victory. Hands Lowell their 2nd loss of the year. Tough one at the Inferno.
And River Forest was going to go for 2, and they are denied. So we are denied. So it's going to say 6-6.
Yep. So the house does not get their wish.
Alrighty.
I will not
the one member of the house is happy.
Yeah.
And we shall.
No, I'm happy too. But getting back to that, with all these schools building their newer athletic complexes and investing money in there, what is your, with the complex? I mean, obviously you probably haven't been to Lowell's new complex, or
I've been to Lowell a number of times. You're talking about not just the football. You're talking about the schools that are like putting the football and baseball and soccer fields are right next to each other. Is that what you're getting at? I love it because of the fact that if there's multiple things going on at a particular location, it gives people a chance to potentially watch other things. And it means that, we're investing, and not everyone's going to be on board with this. Obviously, you're the Region Sports Network. We're about the high school sports, obviously. And I'm in the education field. I want to see things go to everything and all dynamics. But, we're investing in these complexes because, these are talented individuals that are putting their talents on the line and displaying them for people to see. You might as well have good amenities to show that.
Right.
But when you have these facilities all right next to each other, it also makes it easier. Like if you do have multiple children in a sport and one is doing football, one is doing maybe girls soccer, and they're playing at the same time, now you have parents that can potentially, depending on how the location is, potentially watch both games at the same time, potentially. I mean, obviously there's probably some logistics that don't really work out, but you get the point I'm trying to make in that sense.
Right, yeah. And the big picture that a lot of people don't see, and a lot of the people that are in the community don't see, they just see all spending these millions of dollars on this field turf and stuff like that. But if you have a complex where your baseball field, softball field, football field are all turf, soccer plays on the turf, all that stuff, you're cutting so much in costs
Yes.
with
down the road.
the field maintenances, the paint expenditure. If you paint a big old logo in your middle of your field, if you paint the end zones, I hate to say you're cutting jobs because you still got to have somebody kind of maintain the area, but you're just saving money on the back end, on the back end of it. Yeah, you may be spending a lot of money to install these facilities and have nice facilities.
Big return here for Lake Station
Forest.
on River Forest. After River Forest finally got on the scoreboard, Lake Station says, hold on now.
Because over at Griffith, they're building a brand new pool, which was much needed.
Speaking of the Griffith pool, I know Griffith was using Calumet's pool during their construction phase. I know they've been having construction over there recently, not necessarily at their football field, but it's kind of like right beside it where they're doing the pool.
Yeah, that's where the new pool's going, and then in their little where the old pool used to be, they're building a new facility for. It's going to be like varsity locker rooms, an area where they can watch game film, stuff like that, and then like a little turf area where they can train and do speed and conditioning and stuff like that in there. So, you got a smaller school that's upgrading their facilities to compete with the bigger schools and stuff like that. And when you got facilities like that, that gets more kids out to play sports because, it's like we got cool stuff. It's like the new toy.
I will sadly say this because I do know this, and I think some that are within the Calumet community know this. That big red scoreboard that was over top the basketball court inside the field house, they did take that down, and it's being replaced with newer scoreboards. I'm not sure if they're replacing a video board. I haven't necessarily seen anything on that yet, but I do know that they were getting a new indoor track so they could do track and field indoors if it's raining outside. I know they are replacing all the bleachers, repainting the floor, and also getting new hardwood.
Yeah, I saw in there.
It's going to look really nice when they do trike-off for wrestling.
Yeah, I saw on their Twitter feed that they had some pictures of the gym and the progress of the gym, and it looks amazing compared to what it was.
And it was in need of repairs. I know there was a lot of things in that school that needed repairs, and they're now getting done. So it's great to see that at Calumet.
Back over at River Forest, Lake Station is first and goal to try to answer that touchdown by River Forest. So still in the third quarter over there. Fourth and goal. But still in a scoring opportunity here for Lake Station, again, to try to answer that touchdown from River Forest that they just scored.
And we're still on this game, obviously, because they're in the...
Run off to the right, and they will not... The pile is still being moved. I haven't seen them stop.
Looks like it might be...
And it's going to be short of the touchdown.
Looks like it's going to...
If it was fourth down, that'll be a turnover on downs. It's a big stand.
Although
I don't see the reaction from River Forest the way that you would think on a big fourth down stand like that.
We have a scoreboard update from Aaron.
We have another final. The LaVille Lancers 70, Whiting Oilers 7.
Ouch.
7, you said, for Whiting?
70-7.
Go over to...
So that was a big stand for River Forest. The defense wasn't jumping the way I would have expected them to in a big fourth down stand like that near the goal line, but...
Yeah, especially in...
And I am convinced over in the Valpo game that official is... I'm not going to say it yet.
He's a...
Looks like Andy Simpson. Does it not? Is that Andy?
I think it is. He's still officiating?
Well, he was injured to start the year. He had the surgery on his shoulder.
He reffed my games when I was in high school.
I'm going to say it right now. Whether people like him or not, I don't really care. He's one of the nicest guys and the most... I mean, him and guys like Kevin Mikesell have been so great as officials because they'll go back and watch games that they did that they know that we're doing. And Andy will come up to me and he'll talk, he'll say like, hey, I could have done a better job of explaining this. Kevin Mikesell has found me at other stadiums and said, hey, I could have done a better job with this. Oh my God. I mean, officials do not have to kowtow to us at all, but it does help that we can relay, what's happening in the game based on their signals. So they're like, hey, we want to do better so that way you guys know what's going on, so that way the folks at home know, so there's no confusion.
Hometown scoreboard update. I know there's like under 30 seconds left, Aaron. It is 21-14 Boone Grove over Bishop Knoll.
But and just as you say that, I also have an update. Crown Point picked the ball off in the end zone. Michigan City was driving, and then Crown Point themselves drove down and
River
scored.
Forest on a big breakaway here. Might get caught, and he gets tackled down, but River Forest gets the big fourth down stand at the goal line, basically, and now putting themselves in a situation to potentially score after they just scored. Big run on the right side, plenty of blockers, and then eventually just got chased down. What a play for River Forest.
Yeah, so the Bulldogs are up 35-14 with 7.5 minutes left in the fourth.
Crown Point scored again?
Yes. They had the interception in the end zone, and then they marched right down the field and scored. Gurnick with the touchdown run.
So we want to make another Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. Obviously, the score is still the same. Maryville leads Chesterton 35-7, but they are in the fourth quarter.
And we have a touchdown for River Forest. Talk about Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard updates, but it's a touchdown for the Ingots, and they take the lead 12-6.
Been an exciting game.
And I can hear Andrew Mild all the way from here.
The Ingots have got to be one of the most unique names, school nicknames.
Of course, Andrew Mild, voice of the Gary South Shore Railcats. You could listen to him during the summer. Been making some interesting social media posts for the Railcats. Obviously, doing some promotional stuff as well.
So talking about the Railcats, Justin, do you know what an ingot is?
An ingot?
An ingot. The River Forest Ingots. Do you know what an ingot is?
Has to be like a finished type of metal.
Close. It is a block of steel. A block of steel.
I should know that, being from Gary, Indiana, home of the U.S.
So
steel
it is a
mill.
block of steel, gold, silver, or other metal, typically oblong in shape.
Oh,
and we have a block. Well, no, it wasn't blocked, but the throw for the 2-point conversion on the missed kick opportunity there. So 12-6 for the Ingots here in the third with 1:10 left in the third quarter. So if you were to start projecting what the shocking game of the night might be, that might be that one.
Yeah, definitely, just especially with the records. But if anybody out there in Region Sports Land has a North Judson Pioneer update, please punch that in on our comment section.
Maybe we can get a hold of David Haw.
Got another final.
Okay.
Boone Grove 21, Bishop Knoll 14.
Yeah, for those that couldn't hear or didn't hear, Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update: Boone Grove 21, Bishop Knoll 14, and that's a final.
And it looks like we're going to have a final in Hobart. They will take the win over Highland 74-0.
What?
I believe that's
Sorry.
what I'm reading correctly.
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
I don't think Hobart
is
scored
correct.
74
Okay.
points all year.
We have to go back and look.
That is
No, they have. I just
74-0
it's just shocking that.
over Highland.
I mean, I know Highland's struggling this year, but I didn't. That's
Looks like Lake Central kind of letting the time get down here.
They're in finishing formation.
Yep, so it's going to be a win to wrap up week 9 of the season. You can tell this one means a little something to these guys. The seniors get to win on their final regular season game of the year. You see a big congratulations. Cam Reddick, one of those seniors as well.
I go back out to River Forest.
Let's
waiting on Griffith and Wheeler to get out of a TV timeout.
Every time I look up, Griffith and Wheeler on a TV timeout. Let's see. The last time Lake Central beat Valparaiso was a long time ago. 2016.
Was that at Valpo?
It was at home.
So when was the last time they beat them at Valpo?
Last time they beat them at Valpo.
Another big run for Lake Station, getting a Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Was 2014.
So 2014, the last time Lake Central beat Valparaiso in Valpo.
Coach Brett St. Germain was at the helm.
And I believe he's the AD at Portage now, yes?
Losing a lot of good coaches to the AD position.
Well, everybody has their thoughts on Coach. I can tell you, Brett, one of my favorite guys to talk to. Always going to give you straight up how it is. Trying to make that turn up to the 40, getting a little bit there. You know, years ago, before people started really putting their stats on max preps and stuff, guys would kind of hold their stats and their information close to the vest and not share because they didn't want other teams to kind of get their info and scout on them and stuff like that. Now it's kind of, you know, coaches are willing to talk a little bit more. Coach Skinner from Andrean, you know, I go talk to him. I'm like, I don't know if you can answer this question I have. He goes, I'm an open book, you know, and they'll tell you. I mean, obviously there are some things that they won't tell you, but, you know, a lot of these coaches do trust their, you know, trust information and will kind of tell you. That's one of the best parts about doing this job is you start to build those relationships and those rapports with those coaches and then players as well, and you kind of get to watch them progress.
You know, I always thought that was a good thing though, to get your statistics out there and everything.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, you know, especially in this day and age with all the technology, it doesn't. You know, you're going to get every game film.
Some coaches still do. They try to hold it close to the vest, and they'll, you know, they won't share as much. But
to me, to get kids national recognition and all that stuff, the stats need to be out there.
Yeah, how are you going to get voted for positions if, you know, people don't really know their.
You know, when I coached at Griffith, I also did the stats and all that stuff. So we used to have to this was before, you know, all that stuff. So we used to transfer the stats on the papers, use the fax machine to fax the Times and the Post Tribune and all that, and whoever else asked for the stuff. You know, game day, we'd have our stat sheet set up for any media that was there.
Got a scoreboard update. Here's Aaron.
Yep, we got the number 10 ranked Morton Governor 58 and the East Chicago Central Cardinals 6.
That final?
You know, just to get it out there, you get your players well known, and you know what? It's always nice and big thing, a pride thing for the town too. If you got the leading tackler in the area, you got the leading
absolutely
guy with the leading sacks. You know,
well, that's what we're able to put. You know, every week we put our peak performers out there, so that way people know kind of where, you know, maybe their top players or where their team kind of stands in terms of leaders on a week-to-week basis. So,
correct me if I'm wrong.
You're never wrong.
I'm thinking Griffith. Did they just score a field goal?
I know you're never wrong. So I didn't see exactly what they scored.
I haven't gotten one yet. Is it they score again? Or
I think they scored again. It was a Quintel kickoff.
I'll tell you what. Zaire McKinney with an 80-yard touchdown reception. It's all after the catch. So Zaire McKinney's got 150 yards receiving at least, just in 2 catches alone. So
he's got 9 catches for 191 yards tonight and 2 scores.
And that's going to be the difference there. Penn and Crown Point matchup. Penn's got some outstanding receivers over there, and their quarterback likes to sling it all over the field. So it's going to be a challenge for Crown Point's secondary.
The PAT was missed, so it's 35-20 over there in the hub city. And we're talking about one other thing that communities can do depending on what kind of resources they have. You see this as well in the hub city. As nice drive there for Wheeler up to the 40, Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Crown Point does a phenomenal job of promoting their student athletes by putting banners up around the square or just around the area in general. There are banners on light posts in the town that are promoting all the different athletes, whether it's swim team, tennis, golf, whatever.
Yeah,
it's great.
LaPorte does that as well. They're a very strong athletic community there. You see that on going through downtown.
Yeah, it's
I've also seen that in downtown Highland. Obviously, driving by our offices here in Highland, you see that all across Highway Avenue. Really nice to see that supporting the community.
This isn't a high school score, but number 2 Miami fell to Louisville tonight, 24-21.
So what you're saying is Indiana has a chance to move up to number 2.
Yeah. What I'm saying is depending on how Louisville finishes out, that does hurt my Irish. But
let's go Hoosiers.
Anytime the convicts lose, it's a good thing.
Here we go.
We got another scoreboard update.
Yep, we got the South Bend Washington Panthers 35, New Prairie Cougars 44.
You like to hold the suspense there with the winning team being last. Do we have I haven't seen a Portage LaPorte update lately.
But I mean, what was that last score?
44, New Prairie 35, South.
Okay.
And that was a scoreboard update presented by your friendly neighborhood Strack and Van Til.
I also love how
Food
polite
Market.
Aaron is. Aaron is back here. He's raising his hand when he wants to speak.
Looks
I
like
love
timeout
it.
is called as,
Whereas Justin normally just goes, all right, I got something.
Yep, he just interrupts everybody. So we knew one team was going to get their 3rd win today in 2 games. And Lake Central picks up their 3rd win. New Prairie Cougars pick up their 3rd win of the season. Sorry,
No, you're good.
I'm leaning on the table.
No, our table is like right up against the wall. I was bumping it too. I just didn't want it to continue to bump the wall here. You said, we had the Lake Central final,
and
right?
that game has gone final. Griffith and Wheeler. Griffith will take the win down there in Union Township, outside of Valparaiso.
Well, Jay Simmons is going to be a happy guy coming back to the studio, huh?
I believe so, yes. We'll stay here for a little bit on this Lake Station River Forest game. We still got about 5 minutes left in that Maryville-Chesterton game. Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. It is 42-7 with under 5 minutes left in the game.
Running clock there.
Obviously, this one's a close one in Lake Station, New Chicago, with the Ingots up by 6. And it looks like the ball got picked off.
Oh.
How about River Forest coming out in this one tonight?
See if they show a replay of that. That was a
Lake Station, a 6-2 record coming into tonight. That is in jeopardy.
Somebody's having a good time over there in the golf simulator.
Here at the Athletic Performance Factory. It's not Zach Miller.
Which they'll be.
He's working hard over here.
They'll be opening here pretty soon.
Yes, opening up real soon. It looks really nice over by the golf simulator.
Of October?
Yep. 28th of October is when
Come down, have a
kinda aiming
drink,
to open.
listen to us babble.
Yeah, have a big glass of water, right? Yeah, big glass of water.
Yeah.
Big run up to the 40-yard line for River Forest. There's a little momentum over there. Let me ask you this. So you have a Crown Point team that's in position right now. They're up 15 points. Probably going to win this ball game, go to 9-0 on the year. Had a little bit of a scare probably in that first half. Now you got Lake Central that wins. A little bit momentum to make it a closer game. I know they faced it off in the championship a couple years ago. Lake Central was dealing with some issues at that point, so the championship game didn't go their way. Or does Crown Point just go like, "Yeah, we had a little scare, but nothing to worry about at all." Lake Central can have their win at the last week of the season, but
Yeah, there's the score of that game was 42-0. It was probably I don't want to say a little bit closer than what the score indicated, but early on it was a tight game, and then Crown Point just ripped it off. But
we're gonna run down the sideline here before out of bounds around the 20-yard line. You're talking about the week 3 or 4 matchup?
Week 4, yeah.
Yeah, because these two teams met in the sectional championship just a couple years ago as well. Different teams. That was still, early season.
No, but a lot of these players were still on that team, so Lake Central knows they've had, they can have success and everything like that. It's just I think it's more of a mental block thing that they can't, you got that, we can't beat Crown Point,
Well, and to me, to end the season here, if you're a senior, you're excited that you finally, we mentioned it, Lake Central hadn't beat Valpo at Valpo since 2014. So as a senior, you're going to take that with a lot of
you got to take
as
it.
well.
You got 2 weeks of practice to get ready for Crown Point. So it's with the bye week. It should be a good game. I still anticipate, Crown Point having the running clock, getting up 35, but I don't think it's going to be a 56-0 or 42-0 game. But again, like both teams, they have Penn and Crown Point both have weaker opponents. So who knows? I mean, I'm wondering if you're practicing for your week's opponent, but you're also kind of doing a little bit of game prepping for your Penn Crown Point matchup too.
Correct. Right.
You may not be throwing in defenses and stuff like that, but as coaches, you're off to the side.
That's what I was thinking. Like, even though you're going to tell everyone you're focused on this game,
River Forest,
but at the same time, like, you are still keeping that next matchup in the back of your mind.
I mean, theoretically, you have 3 weeks to prepare for the sectional championship.
Yes.
So, and both teams are in the same situation too. So it's not like you're just take the Griffith Knox. You're playing a
scoreboard.
A scoreboard update. A final.
Yep.
What's our final?
We have the Hanover Central Wildcats 42, Hammond Central Wolves 0.
Ooh. Hanover Central closes out the season.
We're having some technical difficulties.
We're having technical difficulties
here.
here.
Matt,
did I touch something?
Our monitor likes to go off whenever it likes.
Hey, it's back.
I didn't do it.
Nothing.
It was Zach Miller.
You guys were able to see the scoreboard. They weren't able to see any of the other screens.
Yeah, the folks at home didn't lose anything. We lost.
No, but yeah, you're it's not like.
Looks like Maryville will defeat Chesterton. Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update: 42-7. Pirates will win at the Purple Palace.
The Purple Palace.
We're waiting on the extra point or 2-point
We need to
conversion,
come up with
whichever
nicknames for all the stadiums.
the ingots decide to do here.
So 18-6, the score over in River Forest.
And when they go to a break, we will also go to a break.
The nice thing though is like getting into some of these teams is pretty much everybody runs the same offense.
The kick is
For the most part.
For the most part. I mean, you got different formations and different things like that, but everybody's in shotgun. Nobody's under center. Nobody's anything like that. So,
all right, we are going to take a timeout, and we'll be right back. You are watching the RSN Zone on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Welcome back to the RSN Zone here on the Region Sports Network. We are here at the Athletic Performance Factory here in Highland. We do have one video broadcast left on our family of social networks, Facebook, YouTube, and regionsports.com, and the IHSA Champions Network. It is Lake Station at River Forest with 7:07 left. If If you would like to watch the rest of this game, flip on over to those individual streams. Again, facebook.com/Region Sports or Region Sports Nation, youtube.com/Region Sports, regionsports.com, and the IHSAA Champions Network. Back to you, Michael Bradner.
All right, thanks, Justin. Excellent job tonight. Very happy to have you with us on the broadcast. So we're on screen right now. Justin is over there compared to where we're at. So we get to look at his beautiful smile on a regular basis as he gets to talk.
Kind of right behind Matt.
But excellent job tonight, Justin. Matt, a great job as well. We got plenty more coming your way here. We'll have Region Football wrap up a little bit later on this evening once we get the finals of all these games, including the game that you were watching a little bit. So, again, this is kind of what we get to see on a regular basis. A lot of stuff going on here. But we're waiting to kind of get the final of River Forest and Lake Station. Kind of a good one over out there, 19-6 with just over 7 minutes left of that one. So that'll wrap up things here on the RSN Zone. Please stay tuned. We'll have Region Football wrap up with all of the final scores, and we'll take a look at the sectional matchups for next week as well. So thanks for tuning in. This has been the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.